I am trying to prop you up right now, unsuccessfully. Okay, I think you're set. I had to put down my blinds because I got in here and was like, this lighting's not going to work. This lighting's not going to work at all. So hello. I've got on a bracelet, and right now it's like creating rainbows, distracting me all around. So usually I do a Monday live on Instagram, and we call it Monday Mask Chat because I put on a face mask. And I thought this week I would do it on YouTube because I know not everybody has Instagram, not everybody has YouTube. I'm trying to switch it up a little bit. And because Mondays is usually a mask chat, I thought I would put on a mask. Hi everyone. Right, I've missed some stuff because I was a tiny bit late. I apologise. How's everybody doing? I'm just going to take off the little bit of makeup that I have on so I can put on a mask. It is a busy week this week. I'm off work, but of course, when you're off work, you're like, I want to make the most of this and make loads of plans. We've been to the seaside today, which was really impromptu. We weren't supposed to be doing anything. And I thought, oh, I got loads of stuff done. And so now I feel like I'm chasing my tail a little bit because I have to catch up. Oh, loved Flannels Beauty went on Saturday. Isn't it amazing? I was so much more impressed than I thought I would be. Flannels, just the store Flannels, was quite cool. When it first opened at Meadowhall, I was like, this is really cool. This is like, we don't do stuff like this. Like, we don't get a lot of stuff like this in Sheffield, Meadowhall kind of area. It's really fancy designery stuff. We did once have another store that was kind of like that, but the brands they stocked there were not my kind of brands. You know, that said, I never bought anything from Flannels. It's super expensive. But it was just nice to have somewhere like that you could go and kind of browse and look at really expensive shoes that you weren't going to buy. A bit of a little mini Harvey Nichols. But we didn't go down there very often, and there just wasn't that much use for us. But we would occasionally go and kind of have a look. And then there were sales, and again, we didn't buy anything, but it's nice to look. So when Flannels were taking over House of Fraser, I wasn't super excited. I was like, okay, cool. It'll probably be the same as before. Just, you know, we'll occasionally go and have a look in there. And then I got a few messages saying there's going to be a Flannels Beauty. You're going to have to go and check it out. And I thought, it's going to all be like really, really super expensive. Like just Chanel and stuff like that. And so I was super, super impressed and really pleasantly surprised when I went in there, and there's a real mix of brands and budgets. I mean, it's not cheap. It's still expensive stuff, or at least mid to high end range stuff. But it was much more. There was a lot more variety than I expected there to be. I like to apply a face mask with a brush usually, so I'm not enjoying this. I'm mostly not enjoying this because my nails are a little bit longer. I have an acrylic overlay now, so these are my nails with acrylic over the top. But I'm going to have to use more than one finger, which, I don't enjoy it because I'm always going to get it underneath my nails. This is an old school, do you know what I was going to say? It's an old school Montagne Jeunesse mask. And the moment I learned the name of this mask company, Montagne Jeunesse, the moment I learned to say Montagne Jeunesse, they changed their name to Seventh Heaven. It feels like they did it to me on purpose. This looks crazy. I'm going to need the tiniest amount more. I never need a full one of these sachets for a mask though. I can always get 2 out of it. I do like to use them as like a body mask as well. I'll do this on my chest and my arms later before I get in the bath. And then I'm gonna just catch up with the comments as soon as I've done this. To be honest, my main concern now is that I've no idea how I'm gonna get this on my hands because I didn't think it through at all. Okay, right, so Ooh, it's getting to my eyes a little bit. I wasn't expecting that. It's like, whoo, make a sting in my eyes a little bit. It's my wedding anniversary and we spent the day rearranging the kitchen. Gotta love that, Rebecca. Got some Morphe setting mist. Disappointing there was no Laneige. Oh, I haven't seen that in any stores in the UK, Laneige stuff. The Morphe setting mist. Love, love, love. Got thunderstorms and torrential rain here in Glasgow. So we were just in Grimsby, Cleethorpes kind of area, and we left. It was gorgeous weather. Not crazy, crazy sunshine, but for me, absolutely perfect weather. And then it absolutely chucked it down. Look on my Instagram and you'll see what we got leaving. And now it's beautiful sun again now. Here, back in Doncaster. Going to Meadowhall next week, so we'll have a look. Definitely make a special trip to go and see this new beauty haul. Yay for this being on YouTube, so much easier to navigate than Insta Lives. A lot of people say that. Why do you go for acrylic overlay over gel? It's also confusing. Right, so I'll tell you why. Gel will 1,000,000% chip on me straight away. I cannot deal with it. And I can't do anything with it. Once it's chipped, I'm like, so now what do I do? It's nothing I can, it's not like normal nail polish. It's not like I could touch it up with something at home. Can't do anything with gel. And so I end up peeling it off and like destroying my nails. Whereas acrylic will kind of lift and stuff from the sides sometimes. But if something really bad happened to acrylic, like if I chip a part of the acrylic, the whole nail is that colour. So yeah, it might lose a little bit of gloss or something from the top, because that's a gel overlay or a gel colour on top, or, you know, gel top coat. But it's nothing terrible is going to happen if I chip the acrylic, or if it lifts at the side, it's going to be kind of fine. But that's why my nails, I don't know if it's just because I'm super hard with my hands. I'm just like, they're like tools. But I can't deal with gel. It just does not last on me at all. How's the skin and me going? Have you started it yet? Yes, I have started it. I can't tell you I've seen any major results yet, but I think it's going to take a little while. I think I'm going to keep it up for like, let's say 3 months and just give it a real good go before I say yay or nay. I'm sure I've got a few of those masks lying around that are years old. I used to have so many of these around my house, so many. And I haven't bought a mask like this in a really long time because I was really trying to avoid single-use stuff. And I saw it in the shop this morning. Because I've been doing the Instagram Monday mask lives, or mask Monday lives, I forget what we call them. I thought I'm going to buy that because that'll be a fun one to look at, you know, just to wear on the live. Because the last few lives I've worn ones that are a bit kind of blah. And that is the reason I bought it, truth be told. I did used to enjoy this one though. It really feels like everything feels tighter afterwards. The annoying thing is, after I've worn this, because I haven't been for my walk today because we were busy doing other things, I need to go back out again. So I'm going to have to wash this off and put on SPF. So that is annoying. I thought that it was going for a Sephora vibe. It might have Laneige. Normally I get that from Sephora when I'm in the States. Yeah, I totally agree. There are certain brands in there that I hadn't seen anywhere besides Sephora. But no. I didn't think with Laneige specifically. I don't know what Becca maybe, but then Becca's not a thing anymore. I don't know. But I do think that that is our answer to Sephora, and I am very excited. Oh, can you see that weird light? I'm very excited to see what they might do at Christmas. I mean, I'm so excited for Christmas anyway. I have been pinning Christmas decor ideas today. Very excited about Christmas. I'm contemplating a second Christmas tree. I'm just thinking like, what am I going to do with the, can you see these? I'm like creating all these sparkles. I am kind of going for like a boho mid-century theme in the living room, and then in the kitchen I'm moving to more of a kind of slightly farmhousey, traditional kind of American-y vibe, and I'm wanting to find something that will kind of work well in both of those spaces. I think I'm going to go for kind of rusty, like chalkboard, wooden type stuff. Am I going to decorate the hall more this year? I'm going to decorate in a lot of areas that I didn't decorate before. Definitely. Now it's like all my domain. Is the new Flannels... Oh, in the new Flannels Beauty, did you see if they have minis like Sephora and the new booth? Right, yeah, so no. I didn't see that anywhere. They didn't really have like specific till area like they do in Sephora. So that is one of the things I was wondering, whether or not they're going to do gift sets or minis specifically at Christmas, because obviously this is brand new. So I didn't see any like areas like that. Oh, Tracy. So Tracy said they do have minis. Where did they have the minis? It didn't feel the same as you've got in the Boots and stuff, where they've got like specific areas. Right, okay, they were scattered around. So like minis for Benefit would be with the Benefit stuff. Whereas in Sephora and in Boots, they've got like designated areas where you would find miniature products, which they really get me with that stuff. Paper Chase Rainbow Christmas Tree. Oh, that wouldn't go with your theme at all. No, it would not. I saw on your video someone said Meadowhall Disney store is closing. I've heard all Disney stores are closing in the UK except for 2 flagship stores. That's so sad. I had no idea. So someone did say that on Instagram. The other day I was talking about the Flannels thing, the same as I did on YouTube. And someone said they couldn't get excited about Flannels or any new stores because the Disney store was closing. And they felt like it was like an institution and they were really sad about it. And I had no idea. We go to the Disney store every single time we go to Meadowhall. And I had no idea. There's no signage up or anything saying that it's going to be closing. And that has been that. I agree. It is an institution. It's been there since I was small. I remember the big TV screen and the mountain of soft toys. It was everything when you were a kid to go to the Disney store. We also used to have a Warner Brothers store at Meadowhall that was exciting. It had all of the Friends stuff. It had a spaceship that you could go in and watch cartoons. There was also a computer before people had computers, where you could, do you remember when you used to go somewhere and they'd have like a computer that you could use, but that clearly was designed to be overused and not destroyed. So they would have the rollerball thing where you would do the rollerball and then click. Can anybody else remember this? And they used to have this game where you could colour in pictures, and I could sit there and play that game all day long if you let me. I loved it. Meadowhall also used to have a kids, like a nursery or a kids thing, like a drop-off, what would it be called? A creche. And it was called Thai Food Tots. And in my memory, we went to it several times. And my mum will probably say we went to it once. And my memory is totally skewed. But I was like, yeah, we used to go to Thai Food Tots all the time. I remember it being a thing that they needed a password to collect us. It could seriously have been that we went one time, and in my mind we went every weekend. But I remember them having these same kind of computers, and it was really exciting. Isn't it weird what you remember? But it feels like Meadowhall feels like to me it's part of my soul. Been going since I was a child. Yes, I remember the WB store. I remember Frenchgate having Disney store for a short while. The Frenchgate Disney store, I think, was always temporary. They didn't really put up like a full thing. I remember the one of the stores. Did it used to have a tunnel like thing in the store? Yeah, this is what I'm saying. So it wasn't a tunnel, it was a spaceship. But it was a tunnel, so you could crawl through it, and then there was a TV, and it would show you all like shorts or clips of things, stuff like that. I remember that, and I remember at the Asda in Carcroft in Doncaster, which is where my grandma used to live in that area. They had like a, one of those little rides where you pay like however much, 50p or whatever it was, and the kid could sit in the ride and like have one of those terrible rides. Well, this one was a TV thing, and it was near where you would like near the end of the checkout. So occasionally I would get my money and I would go and sit in this thing. And I want to say that it used to show Deputy Dog, and I think maybe it played different things, unlike Hanna-Barbera stuff, because maybe it also had Wacky Races, and it was like a van. I don't know what the van was, but you went and sat in the van and you watched a cartoon, and that was genius. At the time, in that moment, that was absolutely genius, because you could just kick the kid into this thing while you were packing up your shopping, and that must have just been such a moneymaker. The idea of putting something that is chargeable at that area of the checkout that's easy for the kid. I don't think it was a Scooby-Doo van, but it could have been a Scooby-Doo van, because I thought that too. So maybe it was, but in my mind it was like a black, like a dark coloured van, but it could have been a Scooby-Doo van. But yeah, that must have been a real moneymaker. And again, in my mind, I used to do that all the time, and I wonder if it was like once. I don't know. We do have a little revisionist history. All of us. I was listening to something the other day, and someone said they did some kind of experiment of really specific events where you would think everyone would remember, like you would have a very clear memory. Things like what were you doing on 9/11 or whatever it was, and certain people were all together doing the exact same thing, and everyone had a completely different memory of this event. Even when it was like something where you would think the memory was super drilled down, everyone had a completely different experience. Everyone had a completely different memory of the experience. And it's just really fascinating because you just can't trust your mind at all. Nikki said, any children watching now don't get into vans with the promise of cartoons. That is actually an excellent point, and maybe that's why they aren't a thing anymore. Maybe that you've actually hit the nail exactly on the head, and that is why that's not a thing anymore. Just booked another NYC trip. Fingers crossed we can go. Oh, that's been my entire day. That has been my entire day thinking about whether or not we will be able to go on holiday. So last week we were like obsessively looking at things about kitchens. And I talked about this on a vlog. Like, we had a guy out to measure up, which, by the way, still no quote. Nobody wants to give. Over the past year, we've had several people come and measure up our kitchen, and not one person has actually given us a price. It's bonkers. I don't know what is going on. And still this guy from Howden's has not come back to us and given us a price. So I don't know what's going on. But we did find some local contractor prices for specific things. We found where we can get the doors from, which I'm fairly confident I can fit. We'll see. We found somewhere that we can get the counters, and we're going to do it all separately because we just don't want the outlay, and that's what we're going to do. So, because loads of people were like, well, just get it all done at once, it's so much easier. And I thought, yeah, that is true, but we don't want a fully new kitchen, and we don't want to spend £7,000, and I don't want a payment for a kitchen. Our kitchen's perfectly fine. It's totally cosmetic, and so we'll do little bits that feel a little bit more bite-sized, and it won't feel like, oh my God, we've just spent this money on something that really didn't need to be done. So anyway, part of that was because I think after the news last week about, like, we were letting in people from the US, but the US not only were not letting us in, but they were advising residents not to visit us, because they were like, this is not fantastic. The UK is not doing great. So we just felt really kind of downhearted about the idea of being able to travel there in the near future. We're supposed to go on a trip very end of November, beginning of December, and again, a different trip at the end of January. And we just kind of, I think, just thought, it's not going to happen, is it? It's not going to happen. Let's move on with our lives. It's not going to happen. And that, I think, is why we were thinking, well, let's find out how much the kitchen will be, because we'll cancel these holidays and then we'll get this money. But then this week, I don't know. I just feel more hopeful. I feel more hopeful. I don't know. And it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. You know, we'll go back eventually, but it is nice to have their flagship beauty store. So the top floor is all women's wear, accessories, shoes, bags, everything, and then a beauty hall. Most flannel stores don't have beauty at all, let alone like a full-on beauty hall like that. But hopefully they will do moving forwards. Got Thanksgiving week booked, and now booked last week of March, first week of April. Oh, and yeah, you can definitely recommend someone who works up that does kitchens at a decent price. Go ahead. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of like, are we looking forward to things yet? I don't think we are. I don't think we're there. And so we try to take control of things that we can take control of. Things like doing 10,000 steps a day. This is completely who I am. You tell me I can't have this. Okay, fine. We won't do that. I'm not allowed to control that. Okay, I will find something that I can control. I can control what I do. And I think that is what really motivated. I think that's why the walking felt so much like, that's why it had such an impact on my mental health, because I was just like, I could, at any point I could just leave the house and walk, and any kind of I mean, not any kind of restrictions, but most restrictions won't restrict me from doing that. Maybe that's why all of a sudden I thought, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready. I think that's probably why so many people got into walking in the lockdown. I just need something to look forward to, which is why I'm booking cancelable holidays. Yeah, I think most people feel that way. It just feels like it's been a super long time, doesn't it? I am sitting right now quite, I mean, is this TMI? I'm sitting with my hips quite far apart, and I'm remembering that a couple of weeks ago I was watching videos about how to do the splits, because I was watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and Kyle Richards can do the splits, and every time she does it, I think that's such a cool party trick. I really wish that I could do the splits. But flexible as I am, my joints are not good. My hips. In fact, when I was pregnant with Milo, towards the end, I thought, even if I wanted to have another baby, if I waited another 5 years, which obviously it's been 10 years now, you knew it was because of Kyle immediately. Yes, I just want to be able to do the splits, Nikki. She makes it look so cool. If I waited if I waited 10 years to have a baby, if I have a baby now, that would be nuts. If I had a baby now, I'd have been just like having babies for 17 years by the time that baby was born. No, thank you. I mean, never say never, but no, thank you. I just remember my hips being so bad towards the very end. Like, I couldn't walk, I couldn't stand. I mean, put it this way, I went to Meadowhall and we had to go home immediately. So that's how bad I was. Second of all, I gave up Britney Spears tickets. I bought Britney Spears tickets because I was like all in, absolutely 100% were going. I also went to see Katy Perry when I was like 6-7 months pregnant, and I was maybe 8 months pregnant. We were going to see Britney, and I just said to Lee, I can't do it, because we were stood for so long waiting to get in to see Katy Perry, and I love Britney. Britney's my fave. And oh, hi Nikki, other Nikki. Britney's my fave, and I couldn't imagine that I was going to be able to get in and stand. And I just couldn't. And no one sits down in a concert. I just kind of realised I made my peace. This is not going to happen. And so I gave the tickets away on Instagram, or was Instagram even a thing? On social media somewhere. I gave my tickets away to someone. I think about that quite frequently. I hope they actually went. I have no idea who I gave the tickets to. Not a clue. But yeah, my hips were really bad. And so I don't even know what I'm thinking. But I do really want to be able to do splits. And I was looking at these videos and they were saying, so you need to do this and you need to do this every day. And it loosens you up. And then on the 30th day, you'll be able to do the splits. And then I just didn't do any of it. So I don't know. Nikki, if you watched this week's Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, kicking off. Yes, I need someone to talk about it with. No one else watches it. Kyla has a week off. Needs to catch up with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. No, I don't want to catch up. We like to eke it out a little bit. We actually haven't watched it for a week because I like to have lots of something to look forward to. We might watch it again tonight though. Although we did just finish Good Girls, Nikki, on Nefarious website, and it was cancelled, so they didn't intend to end it that way. Half of me thinks that was a great ending, and half of me is like, I can't believe we're never going to get another episode. Really frustrating. But now maybe we'll go to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills again. But yeah, I'm not going to catch up this week. I'm sorry. But, maybe. I'm sitting here thinking, well, I mean, how stretchy do I have to be to do the splits? I think stretchier than this. I feel like I could do the splits if I didn't have to stretch my legs out. I love Virgin River. Love Virgin River. I think stretching my legs out is actually the hardest part. I don't know. Maybe by the end of the year I'll be able to do the splits. Christmas Day. More like New Year's Eve. Wouldn't it be fun? Don't split your difference now. That would not be an ideal time, because I might injure myself, because we're going to Edinburgh on Wednesday, and there will be no steps done if I injure my groin. None whatsoever. But wouldn't it be a fun party trick? What is a party trick that you wish that you had? What is a thing that you think would be fun? Like if you were, well, literally, if you were at a party, let's say, if you were in company of other people, what would be a fun thing that you could bust out? Or what is the thing you can do? I would like a fun new thing to learn. Yeah, I'm hoping lots of steps in Edinburgh, because I've done, where's my watch? Next to none today, I don't think. We went to the seaside, but I do not think I did a lot of steps. Oh, 6,000, that's not bad. Okay, so just like a little walk, really. After this, wash my face, put on my SPF, maybe have a coffee. Party tricks are X-rated. But what are they? Do they involve ping pong balls? Because I'm not sure how you would do that. My cousin can do the splits, called it her party party trick, but as she got older, she injured herself doing it. No! You go into Dynamic Earth in Edinburgh. Mila would love it. Googling Dynamic Earth. Oh, my party trick is having a dowager's hump. I am actually doing some exercises every day to try and get rid of that, because apparently that's a thing. But I also want to see an osteopath, because I don't want to do any work. I want them to do it for me. Dynamic Earth. Is this like a permanent attraction? Or a temporary attraction? Because it looks like it's only open on certain days. Oh, it looks like a full-blown... That's huge. I want to go to... what's it called? Like a visual place. Illusion something. I can't remember. It's like all mirrors and like optical illusion stuff. Always wish I could do a backflip. Never going to happen. Yeah, I'm too scared of that now. I'm definitely of an age where I can't be doing things like that. I could do a somersault on a trampoline. Not just in life. I could have a go at most things. I am fairly fearless on a trampoline, which has not worked to my favour because I've really hurt myself in the past. But Camera Obscura, that's the one. That's totally the one that I'm talking about. Go to Mary's Milk Bar in Edinburgh. The ice cream's unreal. Oh, I think there's like 2 people for that. I used to be able to do a front flip, but not since having my son. Could you just do a front flip, like, just from the ground? Just from, like, standing on the ground? Because that's super impressive. I'm also just going to, like, write some of these things down you're telling me we need to do. I'm going to write down Camera Obscura so I don't forget it. I wonder, Mary's Milk Bar. Right, so... we're going for Ella's birthday. It's not Ella's birthday yet, but we're going for Ella's birthday early. And she wants an ice cream cake for her birthday. It's one of the only things that she's asked for. That and to go to Edinburgh. So I wonder if Mary's Milk Bar make ice cream cakes, because they make ice cream. So I wonder. Weirdly, we've only been to Edinburgh as a family once before, and it was in August, and I didn't know anything about the Fringe. Obviously I knew of the Fringe, but I didn't know, much about it, and I didn't know it was in August. And we went and we were like, wow. I mean, it's a really cool time to take the kids. We didn't take them to any shows, we didn't plan anything, because we just rocked up, but we took them to see people on the street, and all of the street performances. That was amazing, and I think that made it a really fun time to take the kids to Edinburgh, because there was loads of stuff going on all the time. Loads and loads of people. Pre-COVID. Shop. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm not seeing much from Mary's Milk Bar in the way of ice cream cakes, but I'll do some research later. I'm amazed to be able to do the splits in my 60s. I've always been very flexible. It isn't the greatest thing. Strength is important too. I do a lot of yoga. Trish, you are angering me with your casual brag. I can't even touch my toes. Yeah, do you know what? I don't think I can touch... Like, I could touch them, but not, like, from properly standing. I can only touch my knees. Having metal rods and screws in your spine. Oh, my goodness. I mean, when people say things like that, then I'm like, well, you're being ridiculous. Do you really need to learn how to do the splits when some people are lucky to be standing normally? Probably not. Right, I'm gonna wind it down in a second because I'm gonna need to take this off because I can feel it, like, you know, like when a face mask starts to crumble. I can feel it just like shedding. Any more suggestions for Edinburgh that I can add to my list while we're still here? Also, I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek. I just filmed. I was sent some stuff a few weeks ago, and I've just filmed a part of a vlog to show you, and I'm going to just show you a little sneak peek because I just can't get over this beautiful ring. It's from a brand called Atello. Ooh. This is not sponsored. I've just got it here and I want to show you because it's so sparkly and beautiful. How gorgeous is that? I'm going to show you in the vlog properly because I did some like close-ups where you could really see it, whereas this won't change focus. It's the most gorgeous ring, and I haven't wanted to wear it or get excited or anything because it's basically a Vegas vow renewal ring, and it makes me a little bit stupidly sad when I put it on and I'm like, oh, it's so pretty, and I'm like, we can't go, they won't let us in. But I keep thinking, I've got all of these little plans. I've got some wedding dresses. I've got the prettiest dress. I've even got... I'm not booking properly until we get the green light, but maybe I know what chapel we want to go to. It's all very exciting. When I was in Edinburgh, I did a load of walking. They were great. Harry Potter tour was good, and the Dark Side tour. So the Harry Potter tour is definitely a maybe. I have the opposite problem. I'm bendy to a fault. Double jointed knees. Also once felt on a beanbag and your foot ended up behind your ear. What? Is that like... How? I don't even know how that would work. And my thumbs are like a weird... I've got a weird thumb situation. I don't really know what this is. This finger does something similar as well. It like that doesn't seem right. Definitely something going on with these fingers. And I remember this being a thing. That this curves and it seems like it shouldn't. I know all my joints are weird, but I'm not hypermobile. That's like next level. Elephant House Cafe is where Harry Potter was apparently written. Writing it down. The kids are playing. I don't know if you can hear Milo like laughing, but they're playing. It's so weird. They're playing nicely. It's been crazy. National Museum of Scotland. Big Red Bus tour is pretty good and would take you straight to Dynamic Earth if you go there. Oh, do you know what? That's a great idea to do like an actual sightseeing. But the first time I went to Edinburgh, which funnily enough was on my first honeymoon, very long story, and it rained and rained and rained. But I do remember doing that bus tour then, and maybe that's why I didn't do it the second time because I was like, I've already done this. Yeah. But I think the kids would like that. We're there for a little bit longer this time. We need to see the dresses. Yes. So I have got 1, 2, 3, about 4. I think I've got 4 dresses plus a 5th that I've had for a really long time. The 5th I've had since we were thinking about a Vegas wedding the first time around. And I've never actually worn it. It's floor length metallic silver. It is amazing. And then I also got a big, I'm going to show you it because honest to God, I can't possibly explain to you how crazy this skirt is that I bought. You just have to see it. And I put it in my wardrobe in the hope it might like get less puffy. But I bought this. I mean, it's crazy. But I bought it on eBay. I'm going to put it on for you with my leggings so you can see. This is the kind of shit that happens when we do a live. Like this, it gets real, you know? Just gets real. Wouldn't be able to travel with that. You would, because it scrunches up to nothing. It's totally Carrie Bradshaw. But it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? It like sticks out here. It's not very flattering. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of very tutu-y. So, do you know? And it's all the way pretty much, I mean, ankle length. But it just kind of, it's not flattering. It just makes me kind of look a bit dumpy. But, I mean, I wonder if, hang on. I'm going to move you somewhere so you can see it properly. The mask absolutely finishes off this look. 100%. Right, so you can see a little bit. No, you can't see any more from there, can you? I will show you my mirror, but honestly, this is such a mess. I don't want to. Really, really don't want to. I'll put you down here so you can see more of the bottom. It's enormous. It's enormous. It does just kind of make me look. Oh, this is the other dress though. How beautiful is this? This is so gorgeous. It was an ASOS dress. It was never, 'twas new, but oh, beautiful. And then there's another ASOS dress. This is not my fave. This is the back. This is the metallic one. This is going to need to be worn at some point. And it's just really, really gorgeous, but I've never had a reason to wear it. What else do I have in here? Oh, and then I have a little Miss Selfridge, like, short dress, which is very, very small for its size. And then I have another one in here somewhere. Another proper wedding dress. Here it is. Then there's this one, which is like an actual wedding dress. And I mean, that is really nice, but I don't know if it's the right shape for me. So it's a mix of like all different high street type brands, but things that have never been worn before. And I got them for quite a good deal, but still I've bought like 5. Oh, I also bought something that was completely nuts. I'm going to be selling some of the stuff that I just decided was not for me, like this. Incredibly sequined, fine. And then it goes down into like a sheer mesh. In theory, it was really nice, but it didn't look nice on me at all. So I'm going to have to sell some stuff. I think I'm going to try out Vinted, because someone told me Vinted is the right way to go for this kind of stuff. It's just sitting in this poofy. I'm keeping this because I feel like it will come in handy for like some kind of fancy dress. You're right, doesn't seem to hang right. Maybe needs a heavy dress over the top to smush it down. Yes, you might be right. With the mask, it looks like the vampire ballerina. Love the ASOS dress with the scoop back. Would you resell it? Probably. I mean, I'm never going to wear it again, am I? So, and it really is just pictures. And I got everything for a really good price, but I just need to take this off because it feels a bit crazy. I have absolutely no idea where I put the hang of this. It's on the floor. That's fine. It's on the floor. The ASOS dress with the scoop back. Would you Oh, you said the same thing. I really enjoy how you go 100% in. You go 100% in on whatever you're interested in. I relate to it a lot. Yeah, so this is, you would, or maybe you would not be surprised at how many people have diagnosed me via YouTube with ADHD. I just never, ever, ever thought that. I never even was on my radar because I'm very focused. I can be very, very focused on, I'm very impulsive and I change my mind a lot, but I'm very, very focused when I want to be. And so I thought, well, that's obviously, never even considered that it was ADHD because I have the attention span. But someone pointed out that ADHD has this hyperfocus element to it. And I started reading about it and I was like, I really identify with a lot of this. There's a lot of symptoms here that really speak to me. So, you know, I don't need a diagnosis and I don't claim to be diagnosed or anything like that. But I just thought it was quite interesting because I thought that was something that I'd written off as absolutely not. And also the hyperactivity part. The hyperfocus thing was really spooky. Everything I read about it said, oh, yes, okay. But also just the flipping from one thing to another, the way that I speak, the way that we will talk like this, and then I'm another tangent, we're talking about something else, and then we're here, and then we're there, and then. And I always just thought, well, you know, that's my personality. That's, some people are like that, some people aren't like that. Maybe not. But yeah, I'm glad someone identifies with we are all in on this one thing that we're interested in. I was on the wedding where bride had 4 dresses. I'm guessing you were at a wedding where the bride had 4 dresses. Why not? Wear them all. Didn't some princess or something just have 5 dresses for her wedding? Okay. We're not having a wedding. We're just having a vow renewal. So I haven't decided what we want to do yet. I think what I absolutely would want to do, like my absolute ideal, would be that the night we get to Vegas, we will that evening go to the little white wedding chapel and renew our vows in something really cute and Vegas-y. White still, but something like that I can go out in afterwards. And then the next day, potentially sunrise, because it kind of screws with you, and I think we'll be up early. The next day, we'll go out and take some nice pictures in the desert or like in the surrounding areas with like a nice kind of golden hour type lighting. I think that's what I would like to do. I'm kind of in between locations right now. I'd quite like to do like the outskirts of Vegas. So you can take pictures on like an abandoned lot or just like a desolate lot outside of the strip, so you can still see the hotels and things in the background, but it's like a wasteland. And I really, really like that look. Really nicely dressed up, but in this kind of edgy desert sunshine kind of whatever, but it's got that kind of edgy thing to it. And so we're not doing like a wedding. In an ideal world, I'd do that kind. The problem with that is photography, and photography is super expensive. And I would basically have to pay either 2 separate photographers or 1 photographer for 2 separate sessions. And it just gets very expensive. And so I don't know what we're going to do yet. Kind of considering, because the chapel itself doesn't do photography right now. They don't offer photography right now. If they did, I would probably book with their photographer, take some photos of the actual ceremony. Just like I like the impromptu, impulsive thing of a Vegas wedding, and I'd like to do it that way. But I just don't know, and I'm not thinking too much about it until we know we can even go. Because there was a moment where we'd started to plan it, and I started to kind of get a bit bogged down with this, like, oh, but I just timing wise, I don't know how this is gonna work, and then I kind of realised we might not even be able to go. Let's not worry about it until we can. Lufthansa and other airlines are pushing for the States to reopen to UK in September. Everywhere is. Even Canada lets in, that Canada's announced that we can now go to Canada if we've been double vaxxed. We don't even need to quarantine. So come on, just let us in. We renewed our vows and then went to Fremont Street. I was very overdressed. Yeah, so that's what I want, Becky. I want a dress. I think I'm pretty settled on the beadedy, the sequiny, beigey kind of dress for some gorgeous kind of sunset, desert-y shoot. I want that dress. I want some pictures wearing that dress, or maybe like the neon graveyard, something. And then I want something like an edgy, maybe a short white Vegas-y wedding dress where we actually do the wedding thing and then they leave us and we go out and have dinner and do all of those things. That's what I want. It's a wedding of two halves. I want a photo shoot where we wear nice clothes and we can look nice in this stuff. And then I want some edgier photos in and around downtown, do the actual vow renewal, and then we leave and do our thing. That's what I want. Just letting you know, in case no one told you, you've got a lot of something on your face. That is really offensive because this is just my face. Having all those dresses is so ADHD. I definitely have ADHD without the hyperactivity. 100% everything applies to me except that. Mad Max Matrimony Road. What's Lee wearing right now? Or to the vow renewal? To the vow renewal, just a suit. I'm thinking black. I personally would just like him to wear like a skinny black suit with a little skinny black tie. I think that's the exact vibe for either of the things that I wear. I think that just works. But I'm he can wear whatever he wants. We've talked about him wearing something, like getting something a little bit out there. I think it'd be quite cool to have like a pale pink. Pink! See? We're on the same page, Nikki. So with the beigey thing, the beigey dress, I think it would be quite cool to... you should teach Ella photography and take advantage of the child labour while you can. That'd be great, but they're not coming with us. This is an anniversary trip. We're going to Vegas for 4 days over our 10th anniversary in January alone. So the beigey kind of dress, I think that would be fun for him to have like a coloured suit for those pictures. But I don't know. I think, eBay will be our friend with those things. Hella from Chicago. This is my first live of yours. I don't know if anyone asked, but what made you choose Vegas? We love Vegas and we wanted to get married in Vegas the first time around. I mean, we love Vegas and New York. It's really difficult. I think New York still has my heart, but Vegas is a very, very close second. And as a family, Vegas is our favourite destination to travel to. The kids, I swear to God, if you ask them independently right now, like separate to each other, where would you next want to go on holiday? Anywhere in the world, it would be Vegas. They weren't even that excited about Disney World. Lee is the person in our party that most wants to go back to Disney World. Vegas was just chill. So that is why, I don't know why I was looking over here, because I was telling you why we wanted to go to Vegas. So we'd planned to go to Vegas the first time around. I have a whole blog about it. And it was called Miss Budget Bride. I also had Miss Budget Baby. I wanted to do like an elopement and I bought several dresses back then. And then we were kind of talked out of it because, well, family wants to be there, blah, 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 blah. And hardly anybody was there. It was all very impromptu. We got married like with 2 weeks notice in the register office. And then we went to Vegas for our honeymoon. And we always said maybe after 10 years we'll have like a big wedding or a big like reception, like what would be, you're getting annoying, super spammy. How do I get rid of someone? There we go. Hang on. This is the problem. When you do a live for long enough, proper randos start to join. Okay, so where was I even? Yeah, so we decided that maybe 10 years in we'd have like a big party or a big celebration, a big anniversary thing. And as the time went on, we thought, well, maybe we'll do a Vegas renewal and do what we wanted to do all along. There's something really intimate and fun and romantic, I think, about an elopement. And I think that's part of what is making me think, well, maybe that's not smart to do what we've planned and to do like the big photography thing, because we want to recreate what we wanted the first time around, which is to jump in a car, go to the place and get married. And so I don't know what we're going to do, but I think maybe, the mask I'm wearing is this, but I think maybe maybe I am on board with the thing of we go and do the renewal and then we do a photo shoot separately. So no actual photos of the renewal. And just do that like for us. Because I really want to do that, and I just think it would be so fun to just have that planned for you get off the plane, and maybe I'll go and have a blowout, get changed, have a drink, and go and get married. I just think it's fun. Right, okay, I need to go because I need to take this off, and I still haven't done any steps. I haven't done any, well, I've done steps, but I haven't done my walk today, so got to go. I'm also going to go to Tesco and buy myself a Caesar salad because I discovered the other day that I like a Caesar salad. Never had one in my life before. Not into salad dressings ever. Got a fresh Caesar salad from Marks & Spencer because it looked so good and I couldn't see if there was a lot of sauce on it. Wasn't really sure what sauce was the Caesar salad sauce. Don't know. But the chicken and stuff on top was really, really nice. So I had it. Delicious. And ever since I've been thinking of it. So I think what I probably like is I'm going to get a Caesar salad kit from Tesco, and if they've got one, I'm going to get a cooked chicken, and I'm just going to DIY myself a fresh chicken Caesar salad. That is really what I fancy. That's what I'm going to do. Ooh, the M&S refurb at Meadowhall is everything. Everything. Okay, right, I'm going. Thank you for, you've got to gobble the eggs. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back on Wednesday. I'm going to do some lives this week because I'm just running out of time. We've got stuff that we're doing and I don't want to be taking so much time out of the, you know, Lee's off, the kids are off. I don't want to be like holed up upstairs editing while everyone's home and we could be spending time together. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do live videos. Wednesday I'm going to do get ready with me, with you, while I get ready with, while I get ready to go to Edinburgh. And then on Friday, while we're in Edinburgh, I'm going to do a quick from the bathroom. Here's what I brought in my... Oh, do you know what we could do? A what's in my bag. Ooh. Here's what we're going to do instead. Thinking out loud. This is just a stream of consciousness. Wednesday, we're going to do a travel makeup bag. And I'll do some Edinburgh vlogs. Wednesday, I'm going to do a what's in my makeup bag, which, by the way, is this beautiful makeup bag that my friend Ruth gave to me. She made it herself. I'll do that on Wednesday and we'll do an actual full face get ready with me. And then on Friday, I'm going to do a what's in my bag, which is so old school. And it will be the first proper time that I have used this bag, which I bought at the beginning of this year. I was so excited when I bought this bag because it kind of like, to me, it was the promise of travel. And because this would be my carry-on, it was the promise of being able to go places again. And we haven't really gone anywhere or done anything since I bought it. So it's too big to just like have day to day. But I said to Lee, I'm packing up the bag and I'm finally going to use it properly this week. So maybe I'll do a what's in my bag in my newest bag. That sounds like a plan. Okay, I'm going to go. We've been nearly an hour. I thought we'd do like half an hour max. An hour. You get me ranting about all kinds of things, get me walking around, trying on tutus and showing you around a very, very messy room. It's so messy right now. So messy. So messy. I need to clean this stuff up. What is this that you can see? Oh, this is what I need to clean up. This is a cleaning spray, camera, serum, all kinds of junk. Right, okay. Thank you, and I will see